Jeffrey Rapattoni, Marshall Dennehey, so nice to have you joining us today.
Thank you for having me.
Hey, I want to ask you, everyone's worried about COVID and what's happening now, obviously, in the insurance industry. In terms of insurance claims and COVID, is this going to be the new mass tort? Is this, so to speak, the asbestos of 2020?
I think it could be. I think it's still a little too soon to tell and to make that determination. We're waiting to get a little bit more of a read from the courts in the various jurisdictions to see how they're going to handle COVID cases. I would anticipate we'll know a little bit more in 2021, but certainly it's a concern, but it does have the potential to become a mass tort, yes.
What are your customers struggling with right now?
I think the major thing that the clients are struggling with is the unknown. Much like a lot of us right now, we don't know what the next day brings. So questions about, well, how do my investigations shape up? How does my workforce go out and do its job? What does that workforce even look like in 3 months and 6 months and 9 months? And so I think there's a lot of uncertainty about the future in this post-COVID world of ours for sure.
Is this an opportunity for the courts to take a look at the terms and conditions on insurance policies and start to reinterpret those?
Yeah, unfortunately, that was already a process that was evolving before we got to COVID. And I think COVID, like it or not, gives the courts a lot of leeway to interpret things more liberally than we on the insurance side of the V would like it to be interpreted. So I do think there's that opportunity. I think we've got to be vigilant in understanding that the courts are likely to take terms and conditions and make them a little bit more liberal in this time and just work around it. It's all we really can do for right now.
Sure. Nobody has a crystal ball. I think several months ago, we probably all wish we did so we could predict the future. But if you had to give us a prediction for what's to come, what's on the top of your mind?
I think COVID has just accelerated us towards this digital frontier. I don't think there's any way we get away from that. Whether you were in transition or you were heading towards that, you're now going there in a much faster direction for sure. The other thing I think that's going to be grossly apparent is the retreat from brick and mortar and moving to a virtual space. Again, this was something that was already happening in our industry, but now has just been accelerated by COVID. And then finally, you think about it, capital investment in tech, so much more than in years past because we are moving away from brick and mortar and we are heading towards that digital age. It's all about customer satisfaction. The only thing that's going to get us there, the only true driver to get us to that goal is technology.
Sure. Well, Jeffrey, always appreciate your insights. Very nice talking with you and look forward to catching up again soon. Thanks for sharing your time with us today.